heavy metal perspective. From Danzig to Death, to Dark Throne to Dr. Shrinker. Buckle up, things are about to get heavy. This is the Metal Podcast. Let's rock and roll.
And welcome to the Metal Podcast, the show you don't even need to use drugs to enjoy. I'm not AC, I'm DJ. And with me as always is AC. Maybe I'm on drugs, I don't know. AC, how are you doing?
You need to be on drugs to host the show, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. I knew I forgot something today, but how are you, AC?
You forget something every time. I'm good.
I do.
And then let's see how much you remember. What do we got to start?
Well, all right. Well, we got a couple incredible guests here. Some innovators, inventioners, entrepreneurs. Frank and Marko of Nefarious Guitars. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. Glad to be here. Glad you're hosting and having us.
Yeah, no, we're going to have a really fun time. I'm really excited to have you guys. And I know, Marko, I met you at the NOM show in 2024. So, you know, a year later, you know, we made it happen. So, you know, it.
Yeah, we survived this last year of NAMM, even though I did pick up NAMM tracks.
Oh, did you? Okay, nice. Yeah, I remember you were at the David Ellison booth, so that was pretty cool. You know, I might have been one of those guys pestering you, but you know what? You were nice, and it showed me your cool guitars, which we will get into in a moment. But the way we like to start the show is we like to pick a song. We'll all go kind of round robin. I'll start first of a song that we feel is underappreciated. Normally, we like to say, hey, it's not going to be, you know, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. You can't pick Come Together by the Beatles. You know, something that's, you know, not, you know, it can be like relatively well known, but something generally that you feel is underappreciated. It doesn't have to be metal. We do that. So my song of the week is Navigate the Seas of the Sun by Bruce Dickinson. Off his album Tyranny of Souls. I think it's really an underappreciated, underrated album. I love pretty much every song off the album. I was gonna go with Abduction because I think it's the only song on that album that has double bass, but Navigate the Seas of the Sun really shows the range of Bruce Dickinson. I mean, outside of Iron Maiden, of course, but yeah, that was the first album I heard of his solo career. I was like, oh, he has solo stuff. So that was my early days of metal, but that's a song I really, really like and think everyone should check out. So AC.
Thin Lizzy, Bad Reputations. They're one of the most underrated bands and one of the most underrated writers. If you go to www.nefariousguitars.com, we have a petition to get Thin Lizzy into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which should have been years ago. I can't believe they have LL Cool J in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, that is a topic that does come up on our show often about the not so Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's a lot of bands. I think Iron Maiden's not even in it. So it is.
Yeah, Judas Priest just got in.
Yeah, and I'm a huge Judas Priest fan, you know, and to have, you know, not to have, you know, certain bands in there. I mean, it's just doesn't give that institution any credibility anymore. I mean, you know, at least Dolly Parton had the good graces to go, hey, what am I doing in here? When, you know, just a couple of names that you just mentioned aren't even in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is a shame. I feel like Beyonce is going to get in there before Iron Maiden. You know, that's the trend that it's going in.
Absolutely, and which is sad. You know,
well, come on, she's a country star. She won best country album.
Exactly.
So my song. It's funny. I didn't know this question was coming, and there's so many songs that come to mind. But Robbie Robertson's solo album on Geffen, American Roulette. The opening track is American Roulette, the self-titled song. And Daniel Lanois produced the album, and it is a masterpiece. And the recording quality is amazing. And that song has such legs I'm just surprised rock radio didn't enhance it more because it kicks ass, but that's radio.
Well, I got Raped in Freezin by Alice Cooper from Billion Dollar Babies, which is kind of the beginning of the end for Alice Cooper for about 13 years, which Billion Dollar Babies has a lot of good songs on it, but it is very much a transition to a more pop period, because early Alice Cooper's like pretty dark and experimental. It's a far cry from Be My Lover, which was on Killer, but that whole album is you can really tell that the band is kind of checked out, but it's a great opener, and it's a pretty funny song as far as the lyrics go, and I love Alice Cooper. I think Alice Cooper is kind of like the Ramones, where people just kind of highlight the singles, but they forget that there's like 70 years worth of recordings that are mostly quality. And when they're bad, it's not for a lack of ambition, but his foray into pop is much better than most artists from that era. And it's still Alice Cooper, and it still rocks, but it's just it's not quite the Halo of Flies. But Raped and Freezin', my pick.
I think Billion Dollar Babies had more hits on it than any of his albums.
Oh yeah. They were definitely trying to be a radio friendly, or that was as an attempt to be a radio friendly album, and it did work, but it sounds much different than the rest of their stuff.
Yeah, including the album cover being kind of a folded over wallet, meaning money.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Like there's definitely ambition. It wasn't just like, let's just write some cheap pop, make a buck, and then move on. Like there was still some subtext to the attempt at being a radio friendly album.
Yeah.
And and I'm pretty sure I Love the Dead is on Billion Dollar Baby. So like there's still some actual like disturbing content in there. Alice Cooper is like the stuff that he was doing. I saw an interview with him where you could tell that he was not too keen on Marilyn Manson. Like not just for the stuff that he did, but just kind of how cheap of an imitation he is. Because I can't stand Marilyn Manson. I think Marilyn Manson is one of the most pretentious people in all of music, and all he's doing is it's just a bad version of White Zombie, Nine Inch Nails, and Alice Cooper. And it's like a child flailing his arms saying, look at me, look at me. That's how he's always came off to me. Like there's some songs there that I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, but it's undercut by how annoying he is. He's a terrible singer, and he's an annoying person. And then it turns out he's actually like a piece of crap. Who knew?
I guess you never know, what's behind the curtain, right?
You left me speechless.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Hopefully he's not using one of your guitars as one of your artists.
No, hopefully he is. So hopefully he gives all of his money to you. That's what I hope.
Well, there you go. Yeah, but I remember, Marko, when I first saw your guitars, they were some of the most unique pieces of instrumentation I've ever seen. I mean, obviously it's a normal guitar, but the way you had described it and the outlines and the detail going into it, it was pretty amazing. I was looking at some shots too at the NAMM show of this year, and I guess you had Jeff Young, formerly of Megadeth, using it. So that was, I'm unfortunately missed it this year. So you might have to fill us in on what we missed and how everything's going.
Yeah, and a number of people grabbed our guitars, and some really, pretty famous. But the end result is we just bring something brand new to the table that no one's seen. And I think to me, the litmus test was when Severo, the bass player from the Smithereens, came by, and he picked up the Telly bass we had burnt, and he was playing it, and he goes, dude, this thing plays like butter. He goes, this is, and that's the thing. They're not only incredible looking guitars, but they're so well made. Thank you, Black Volt Amplification. But the quality in them is really great. And he said to me, he said, I just walked through all of NAMM. I must have seen 200 guitar booths, and I've saw some of the prettiest guitars and some of the ugliest, but no one has what you guys have. This is the only booth that I've seen something radically different than everyone else. So I think that alone makes Frank and I stand out in regards to, what we present to the public.
We just we give them something that's supposed to match their individual play. You want to have somebody who has their own style, but then do you want to play the same old, same old? You can actually get a one-of-a-kind, first-to-market, never going to be another duplicate like it, guitar from Nefarious Guitars compared to other guitar makers. If you were to switch their names, 10 different names through 10 different booths and switch them all together, you wouldn't be able to tell one guitar from another guitar. But if you put a Nefarious guitar next to somebody else's guitar, you're going to be able to see the difference, not only in the quality of the finish, but also in the quality of the instruments. I know that the direction that the music industry is going into, especially Guitar Center, they're going to get rid of all those $300 guitars that they can't compete with on Amazon, and they're going to go with the more high-end music, musician friendly, individual looking instruments. You can have $300 worth of space to sell a $300 guitar, but then that $300 space could actually have a $4,000 or $5,000 guitar sitting there. And you're not going to be able, a real musician's not going to be able to buy a guitar over the internet. They need to be able to touch it. They need to be able to feel it. They need to be able to hear the resonance, the tonality. How well made is this guitar? Is this going to be a guitar that I'm going to be proud of to bring on stage to show my craft?
Well, I think it would probably be like a tennis racket. Like if you don't know how to play guitar and you're learning, like it really doesn't matter. Like you could have a PRS or a Squire, and it'll play exactly the same. But with anything that you're proficient in, you need to try it out. If you're at high end like tennis, you need to be able to swing the racket. You need to know how it feels. Like you need to know what it's like with your backhand, your forehand. Like you need to know the action. Like you need to know how that guitar feels in your hands. Because I did buy a guitar off the internet, like during COVID. And I bought a Mockingbird, and because I liked how it looked, and it was like the 50th anniversary one, so it was something new. And to me, it was extremely uncomfortable to play. And I do not play it very often, and I don't regret it because it's a nice decoration. But for the most part, it would have been nicer if I could go down to at a BC Rich store or whatever. They don't have those anymore. I don't know if they ever did, but be able to actually just try out various, because I just wanted a BC Rich, and that was the one I got, and it ain't my Gibson Explorer.
Well, Frank and I were so grateful that Gio Loria, who is the owner and builder of Black Volt Amplification amps and guitars, he came to us when he saw our work and said, guys, you're onto something. You've got something really beautiful. And, investigating him and his work, I mean, his client base is very finessed, and, some real quality artists get behind his product because it's really special. It's really built well. So that's been a feather in our cap that we didn't just hook up with some luthier that, oh yeah, I can build your guitars. And, someone that is a real player picks it up and goes, the action sucks. This is not good. So it was, once again, it was great that we paired up with him. And it was kind of just good fortune, good luck. I mean, because here we are a year later, we've sold a handful of guitars, and we're ready to make a big growth spurt. And we're actually going to go into a number of different directions beyond the burns of our bodies. I mean, Frank, you want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that we don't want to be known as a one-trick pony. All we do is burn guitars. We want to be able to bring a functionality and art to an instrument. And I think that, I look at a guitar as a blank canvas, or a pick guard as a blank canvas. And speaking of pick guards, we just started burning pick guards. So we're now branching out into pick guards. We're going to be branching out into other finishes on guitars. We're actually working with Levi right now, possibly to replicate the denim patch guitar for promotions that they're going to be doing. They just recently signed Beyonce, so I think that Levi is looking to go into more of a situation where it's art and it's culture, and they're the staple of denim, and to have a denim guitar in their repertoire would be great.
So we can burn any kind of pick guard, and this is just the raw burn. Now we can color it or do whatever is necessary. I mean, one of these, on a white body, I mean, the thing pops, especially after we coat it and put a shine on it. But like I said, Frank just colored a whole bunch of them. So that's just another avenue that we can go. But we're also talking. Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we don't want to just make it exclusive where if you don't have $7,500, you can't get a Nefarious product. We burn bodies. We could burn bodies for a number of different guitar makers that have now that custom element onto their website. That's a $300. That's a $300 option. But then the pick guards are only a $75 option. And it transcends what they currently have to what we're doing. And hopefully people see what we're doing. All our stuff is made out of reclaimed wood. It's all handmade, and it's going to be one of a kind. Even the pick guards. The way that the process works is that it follows the grain of the wood. And so depending on the grain of the wood is going to be how the fractals are going to be represented onto the pick guards.
And we have a couple of situations that we're in negotiations right now. Do we want to talk about the artists that we're looking to use his work?
No, not really.
Okay. We have a couple of things that are going to be mind blowing. I'll just put it that way. And in the next, hopefully 2 to 3 months, we'll sort that out and make that available for the public. But it's going to be genius. It really is. It's going to be so groundbreaking. But once again, the wheels are always turning here. We're always trying to come up with new ideas and concepts. And actually, I'm going to show you guys a couple of more things. So ask Frank a question. I'll be right back.
Marko was pointing out earlier that the relic look is pretty much done. I think it's kind of like disingenuous because you're getting somebody a guitar that it looks like they've been playing that guitar for 20 years and they just bought it off the rack. Here with Nefarious, we're showing you a finish that is done. It's going to be one of a kind. It's handmade, and it can't be more closer to being, a representation of a person's playing capability and also their style. It looks like lightning. I mean, it could be, where all of a sudden now we get a call from James Hatfield. Oh, yeah, I heard you guys do some lightning kind of finish. We'd love to do a guitar with you.
That makes sense.
In honor of our Ride to Lightning album.
I would think he would want like a beer bottle on it.
Maybe.
Yeah, with some lightning.
So here's a couple of concepts, and we actually have a finished guitar where we burnt it and we have our artist paint cherry blossoms on the end of the burns. So, a couple of female guitarists saw this and they were like, where do we get that? And I think it's a really, once again, it's just another way to take the burn to the next level. And one of my favorites, and I think this is going to get real popular after we do a handful of guitars, we also have a henna artist. And after we burn it, the henna artist will do henna on it. And as you can see, you can do whatever kind of design you want. But I mean, I haven't seen henna on a guitar. Once again, this is just another avenue to go down of making something different and original. And on the far end of the spectrum, because Frank's a little whack, in case you don't know, and maybe you'll pick it up from this interview, but he came up with this body, and basically I don't know if you can see, but
those are chocolate chips, right?
Yeah, they're rubber. So I'm going to put like a black and white checkered neck on it. And I could see Joe from Green Day playing this bad boy, but it's kind of punky because of all the points on it, but it's rubber, so it doesn't hurt. NAMM, we had this up on our display case, and you couldn't believe how many people came up and they went, can we touch it? Can we feel it? And it's, once again, it's those little things of, I'm just tired of seeing relic guitars, guys. And it was a great concept, and it was cool. Makes it look like you've had the guitar for a bunch of years. But at the end of the day, it's been done now for what? It's been over 20 years. People have been relicing guitars, maybe even longer. So I'm excited that we have something different. We're not the end all, but
yes, we are.
But
there you go. That's the attitude.
Yeah.
There's something about the burn. And let me back up. Let me tell you how this all started. I'm in real estate during the day, and I was showing one of my clients a house in Sherman Oaks, and I walked in, and I thought the house was empty, and leaning against the wall was a guitar body, just a raw wood body with this burn in it. And my client was a singer-songwriter, so I picked it up and I go, Charles, what do you think of this? He goes, oh my God, that is cool. And this guy comes walking out of the bedroom. It was Frank. And I went, oh my God, I'm an agent. I'm sorry. I thought the house was vacant. He goes, no, I'm the owner. I was expecting you. So I said, and we introduced ourselves. I said, Frank, what's the deal with this burn? And he goes, I burn end tables and bureaus. And I said, how about guitars? And he goes, well, I never really thought of that. Cut to, here we are a year and a half plus later, and we're building guitar bodies and burning them. And yeah, it's just, to me, in rock and roll, you see a body with that lightning kind of style burn in it. I don't know how you can not get excited about it, and that's been the reaction we've been getting mostly,
Tell them who you're going to visit later on today.
Oh yeah, I'm going to see Slash later today. I'm going to show them a bunch of our burn bodies, and and we're just spreading the word out there, trying to get it out there to a number of people. I don't know if you know Toshi Yanagi, but he plays a baked potato a lot with a lot of big jazz artists. But he's Jimmy Kimmel's band leader and one of the best tone guitar players. He never overplays. He just plays right where it belongs. He's an amazing player. And he got to play one of our guitars, and he was nuts about it, So, I mean, once again, it's just getting the word out more than anything,
Yeah. No, I think you guys are doing the right thing, getting out there. I mean, I know I was fascinated with seeing those guitars, and I'm not a guitar guy, like AC is the guitar guy. And I'm like, wow, that's, like you said, it's something different. I'm curious if you guys are seeing, in this current generation, for the next generation, more people picking up instruments or guitars in particular. Like, we're hopeful on this show that people will pick up an instrument, especially the guitar, because it does make you more creative. We believe it makes you smarter. But the way mainstream music is, they're not promoting guitarists, the same way the hip hop or the rap, or like we talked about, the Rock
Or
and Roll Hall
the
of
gang
Fame.
violence. Oh, sorry. You.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think especially with social media, let's face it, guys, how many times do we need to see a 6-year-old shredding some of the most difficult guitar solos, or this 4-year-old little Japanese drummer crushing Rush, Tom Sawyer and some of this stuff? It's like, no, I think if anything, music instruments, even though a lot of schools are shutting music departments down, which is really a shame, you're never going to get rid of music. And I think just the fact that if, let's say, on a topical level, Guitar Center is getting rid of their lower end and they're looking for the higher end, that just tells me that how much business is out there in the guitar world.
Also, with what's going on and with these tariffs, I mean, that's going to have a very large impact on importing guitars from China. I don't know if you were aware that they just recently at the Long Beach port confiscated $18 million worth of Confederate Gibson guitars. So where does the authenticity start? And then where does the authenticity end? We're made in the United States. We're made by a luthier in California. We are handmade guitars. So, I think that's the direction that the guitar industry is going into. They're tired of the same old, but having the first large instrument distributor, whether it be an e-commerce or whether it be a brick and mortar like a Guitar Center, for them to really take that leap of faith with us is going to be key to the success of not only our boutique guitar company, but other boutique guitar companies.
And we're both mentally imbalanced, which is perfect for what we do, because I don't know if you know about burning guitar bodies, but there's a high rate of electrocution that comes behind it. So you got to come with a certain amount of stamina, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
And since he became my friend, I had to teach him how to do that, just in case.
Teach him how to get electrocuted?
Well, how to burn, because one day I may get electrocuted, or one day he'll be electrocuted. But at least he'll be doing something that he really loves.
That's true.
And
getting electrocuted.
Not get run over by a bus, going to Starbucks.
You don't love that?
or getting stabbed on a bus going to Starbucks.
Well, that's in New York. Come on.
Yeah, so I don't mess with electricity. I don't know. That's one of my. I feel like it's a rational fear. So yeah, I guess like you're saying, you got to be a little crazy to be doing what you're doing, but we appreciate the risk that you take for all of us to enjoy your great products.
The other thing we wanted to make clear was this effect does not affect the tonality or the resonance of the guitar. Has absolutely no effect. So for those who are going to go, oh well, how does it actually affect how the guitar sounds or plays? Absolutely nothing.
Well, it could make you play better because it's going to help your self-esteem because you're sporting that badass looking guitar. Come on now.
That is true. That's a real thing.
You look good, you feel good, right? So your guitar looks good, you play good. That's how it works.
Yep.
That could be a collateral effect.
Believe that.
I heard a funny Van Halen story a long time ago, and it's one of the stupidest things I ever heard, where he had a Gibson Explorer and he chopped one of the points off. And then he said it never sounded the same after that. Well, no, duh. You cut a big piece of wood off of it. Of course it's not going to sound the same. But it was like a big revelation to him. It's like, I can't believe it sounded different after I cut this big piece of wood off of it.
Wow. Yeah, that will seriously affect the guitar.
Do you guys do neck throughs?
I'm sorry?
Do you guys do neck throughs or only bolt-ons?
We do set neck and we do bolt-on.
Okay.
And our luthier, Gio, could make the guitar of your dreams. I mean, what you start out with is limitless to your pocketbook and your imagination. So if you want that 5-star guitar, definitely come to Nefarious and we'll build it for you.
Do you have a price cap? Like, I mean, there's probably a point where it's like too much work, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there's never too much work.
Okay.
It's whatever you want and whatever you can afford is what you're going to get. I think that, like I said, whatever your imagination is and how you can kind of like justify what am I worth? What is my craft worth? You can go out and buy an expensive sports car, but then at the end of the day, are you going to get as much enjoyment out of that sports car as you are going to be getting out of your guitar?
Sorry. Go ahead.
I can't wait till we do our part 2 of this interview, because by then we'll probably have some of the clarity on some of the things we're working on that we can talk more about, because the prices are going to go up, but they're going to be worth it because they're going to be, like I said, revolutionary, which is cool.
I mean, he has shown you the prototypes we're doing. I mean, the Henner, I think, makes a statement itself. It's bold, it's vibrant, but then again, you have the Henner, which is more kind of like soft and delicate. So there's a juxtaposition and a yin and a yang that I think people are going to be able to connect with that style of guitar. Marko is going to be doing a flying V. We're going to be doing probably a Jaguar or another body style. And we're also working on developing our own body styles. I think that for you to be a guitar manufacturer, you need to have an original body, not keep on, making certain design differences between the original Fender guitar and the original Gibson guitar, but make a statement guitar.
Yeah, that V I'm going to burn. Our Henner artist is going to do a dragon. We're going to wrap a dragon around the body. It's just going to be sick. I mean, who wouldn't want that? I want it.
Has anyone come to you with something that you just thought was just so embarrassingly ugly? I mean, not that you turned them away, but just like, I want to do this, this, and this, and it was just like the tackiest, most tasteless thing.
That's censorship, man.
No, I know. It's not censorship. I said you didn't. No, I said you didn't turn them away, but it was just their idea was just so terrible. That's what I'm saying.
It's their idea. I'm not going to censor what their creativity is.
No, I got that. That's not what I'm asking. I'm saying, has someone come up to you with a bad idea? You didn't turn them away, but they said, like, I want it to look like an X, and I want there to be like skulls and rainbows, and I want a headstock to look like an Allen wrench. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is someone giving you like because if it's all custom and there's no limit to the work,
honestly, AC, not really. I mean, when Frank came to me with the denim idea, it was like, how many times have we seen denim jackets with rock and roll patches all over it? And he said, let's do a guitar in that. And I thought, that sounds really dumb. And and it turns out a lot of people really love that. And, we had that at NAMM too. And, I think we might be getting some orders for some of those too. So, yeah, but other than that, AC, no, not really. I mean, Frank and I have been pretty self-contained because we have so many ideas that we haven't had room to go outside to really solicit what people want or come to us. It's all coming,
No, okay. Yeah, that was basically my question. Has someone come to you and asked for something that was just like completely like classless and tacky and awful? I'm not expecting you to turn them away, but you don't have to like something that you build based on someone else's specs.
Yeah, this one girl asked me if I'd make a mohair guitar, and I was just like, I don't think so.
Oh, you did turn them down.
Well, I didn't totally say no. I just said I have to figure out how to do that. But not really busy on that.
No, okay. Sometime down the line.
Yeah.
Hopefully things will pick up so much that you can just say, sorry, too busy for your mohair guitar.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
We've just been getting a lot of good response from what we're doing. That it's inevitable that we're going to be successful at what we're doing, and we're now starting to number our guitars so that people will start going, oh yeah, I got a Nefarious 100 or I got a Nefarious 5000, and they're not making these guitars anymore. And Frank got electrocuted, so this was the last guitar he made, so it makes it even more special.
Yeah.
But then, Marko will carry it on, and then he'll have a kid somehow, and we'll do what we can to teach somebody else how to do it, and they can carry on the Nefarious effect. I mean, how many guitar companies have a guitar and a finished named after themselves? Not many. You got the Nefarious guitar, and what we do is the Nefarious effect. And we want to know, are you nefarious?
Yeah. DJ, we got time for about one more question before we do part 2 down the line.
Okay.
So what do you got?
Well, yeah, no, we've had an amazing time with you. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again. Let's see, AC, we could rock, paper, scissors for this one.
No, go ahead.
All right. Well, where can we find your guitars, and how do we help spread the word?
Well, you can go onto our website at www.nefariousguitars.com. Also, you can go on to www.Black Bolt Amplification. We've got one of the pages is a Nefarious guitar page, and you can actually go on there and ask questions from the luthier, Gio, and you're able to look at body styles. You're able to actually build your own guitar. He'll guide you in getting which hardware you want, depending on the style of music that you play or the vision of the sound that you want to create. And like I said, it's endless. He's tapping his watch.
Well, he's seeing if it's still ticking.
Yeah. He tells on me all the time. I mean, it's brutal.
Well, and Marko, are you still selling houses? And Frank, is your house still for sale?
Oh, we bought it.
Oh, okay.
My client bought that house.
Oh man! All right. No,
Sorry,
that's
DJ.
great.
Keep looking.
Yeah, keep looking. But well, again, Frank and Marko of Nefarious Guitars, thank you guys so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time and wishing you the best of luck and continued success. We'll help spread the word any way we can. We're very much on pins and needles now in suspense about what you guys got going on, because it sounds like it's pretty big. It's going to break some news. So we hope we can break it here when it happens. So
yeah,
again,
that was no hype. That's for we got some really cool stuff coming.
And we'll keep you posted on the slash meeting.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys again for coming on to the Metal Podcast. You guys were wonderful, and we'll have to do this again soon. And please, of course, stay safe out there.
You take care. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Von du Sluice.
Caught feelings, no cap. I'm in my vibe. I'm sipping for you. Can't even hide. You got me down bad. No lie. It's lit. A whole main character can't quit. You're a W, baby. No L's in sight. Straight up gas. You're a whole vibe, right? Swipe right on my heart. It's a match for real. We're vibing, can't ghost. Got me in my feels. Low key, I'm trying to cuff, no flex. Slide into my heart, say less. I'm dead, no cap, you slow. Here's a love song packed with TikTok. You're slanging puns, perfect for a playful vibe. Vibe check my heart. I slid in your DMs, now I'm down bad. You're the main character, and I'm so glad. No cap, you're the GOAT, can't even lie. Got me sipping hard, I cap, sipping hard, I ain't that guy. I give you my whole for you, no beta, just facts. When you drop that smile, got me caught in the act. You're the real deal, man, I'm stuck in the fields. Low key, wanna cuff you, let's seal the deal.
You passed the vibe check, you got me shook. We stay on that for you page like a trending look. Let's soft launch our love, no need to flex. You're my OTP, swipe right, what's next?
I'm chasing the serotonin, your energy's fire. You're a whole stack, you got me inspired. No ghost, I'm here for the long haul. Duo goals, it's a mutual fault. But you're my day one, no need for the tea. Your drip so immaculate, just wait and see. We're a ship that won't sink, say viral for life. Like a TikTok loop, you're my endless hype. No shame, no cap, you're a whole loop. Let's catch flights, not feelings that I'll catch you too. We're going full send, no second thoughts, you're my forever. Got me caught, so no need for the hard launch. We're already know you're my mutual. I ride or die, my home in this algorithm. With love, it's just you and me. We'll vibe forever. You got me caught, so no need for the hard launch. We're already know you're my mutual. I ride or die, my home in this algorithm. With love, it's just you and me. We'll vibe forever.